damn it. Wait, is my audio even working? Okay, it is. Ah! Sit my chair up. Ping the server, finally. God dang it. Why is it letting me ping my server? Ah! Hold on. I might make so much trouble already. God, I hate starting streams. Hello, 8-bit boy. Hello, everybody. Hello. I needed to set everything up. And my audio, once again, fucked up. And then I had to turn off my thing. And my audio wouldn't work for the other thing. My mic wasn't working. Couldn't hear anything. My OBS updated. I had to fucking re-put all my sound things because it removed all of it. I had to fucking... What is it? Reset my OBS again because audio wouldn't play unless I close and open it after I change my section. So I had to do that. Hi, Zach. Thank you for subscribing. I had to fucking remake the YouTube stream twice because I didn't do it the first time. So I had to make it then. And I had to end the stream. And I had to put it on again. And I had to make the stream again. So I had to set up for the restream chat. And set up again properly. God, I hate setting up my stream sometimes. What a pain in my ass. But hey, hello everybody. Hey, hello. Well, I'm doing fine now. I'm just stressed from that nonsense. Yeah, today's Fua's last day of his donathon. I'm gonna start drawing his thing for him. I'm doing well though. I burned myself a little bit on my tummy, so like I'm a little bit shy and self-conscious as of lately because I did that because I burned my tummy. So I'm trying to just say that's the only thing. Well, yeah, like I told you guys. I remember, guys, last week I did say that Fua's donathon was that week, and I was going to be on his stream and helping him. I was on his stream for most of those days, and I was playing games with him. I just wasn't streaming because I didn't want to take viewers from him. We share a lot of chat members, so I wanted to give Fua his time. You think I'm a pretty boy? You guys haven't even seen my burn marks. I mean, they're not big or anything, but they're annoying and it gives me brain rot. They're small, but it gives me brain rot and I hate it. Never would I will be more careful now with my body in hopes that these heal. These will probably take like months to heal though, which sucks. I just like my tummy. Also, I accidentally right-clicked and it was lagging and then it closed all my fucking tabs and I don't have all the back. And I'm sad. All my fucking tabs, guys. I use those. More pretty than any boy has right to be. Thank you. You guys take care of me. We also like my tummy. I literally just said my tummy has burn marks. Are you not listening? You didn't see my fucking burn marks. I'm self-conscious about it because I have burn marks. Like, I literally recently got burn marks. That's how it's been the last week I was gone. Now, hold on, let me make sure that all my tabs are still kind of here. Because I have no idea how many tabs I lost. It should be fine. It should be fine. Okay, I think it's fine. I closed a lot of my tabs, but this is fine. I'll live with it. Imperfections make something more perfect. Nah, I think I like how my smooth, clean tummy look more over having like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 burn marks in like a line. I prefer that. But yes, we'll be drawing Fua got his poll to get an icon drawn, an emoji drawn of him, and he's paying me to do it. So we'll be drawing Fua today. I was cooking with like a pan that had like like indents on the side, and I accidentally it accidentally fell over, and I grabbed it and it landed on my chest, on my stomach. So like it's like I got run over by a bike pretty much. Not like a big thing, but like, you know, 6 little small squares. Yeah, we're gonna be drawing the forehead emote for Fua because he asked for it. Yeah, let me do this. This is gonna be a very simple thing. I charge Fua like half price for this because like this is simple. I'm not gonna like charge him extra. Don't tell Petite though; she'll get mad at me. Holy shit! Wait a minute. This is erroneously sized. I have to shrink this down to like half of this. Yeah, other than that, guys, I've been writing stuff for my D&D for the whole week. You know, like I showed you guys before, like when I was writing all my D&D stuff. You know, all like the world lore, etc. Blah blah blah. I even made a chat in because I have a D&D Discord server for easy things. Yo, what's up? What's up, KD? But yeah, I've just been fleshing out my D&D world lore, writing short stories in it and stuff. Small little things to like give my players something to do while we wait. Because we've been on hiatus for a short bit because we've been working on that war thing. But we have all of our sheets made with the other GM I was working with. But now I'm just like trying to write like more things so that pretty much I made a short stories channel where players can just do whatever. What do you mean incoming ad break and I have no more snoozes? We just started the stream. Fuck you, Twitch. But yeah, I pretty much made a short story channel for players to write short stories of whatever anything happened with their characters and like campaigns we're not doing anything anymore for their D&Ds. I'm just right now trying to like write like what happened during like a time skip. I'm having a very hard time because I've told you guys about the other GM I've worked with. He hasn't really given me much of really any information. I mean, I haven't asked him. To be fair, I have not asked him. I'm drawing my own hair. I shouldn't be doing that. To be fair, I haven't really like asked him for like any updates of anything so far. So like it's not like really his fault. Fua does not have human ears. I'm already fumbling because I'm talking so much instead of thinking. I'm already fumbling because I'm not thinking. Fua has cat ears. But yes. Yeah, he didn't really write down much information about his world because he usually tells us a lot about his world like and stuff, but he didn't write anything down anywhere for anybody to see. So the only way I can learn about it is if I DM him and ask him about stuff. But he hasn't been around lately. So it's like, well, can't really ask him anything. Even though this is for the convenience of the players because he's not really around. So I have to make time to like ask him and see what the fuck is going on with his world. Well, not even his world. I gave him permission to use that old world because it was from an old GM of ours who kind of just abandoned us. So I took it over and made a sequel campaign that pretty much is its own separate thing, but also gives an ending to that previous story for the campaign we never finished so that the players can feel satisfied. And then, you know, at the end, he connected the worlds so that the characters could just be used someday in the future for anyone who still wants to use their old characters. And I said, sure, that's nice. But over time, he's more and more kind of just taken the world away from me. Like originally, he would ask me permission to do things. And if it was all right to do certain things, I would tell him it's okay. Yeah, you can do that. And he just kind of stopped asking me. And now it's swapped around to where apparently I need permission to do anything now with the grand cosmology of my set of worlds that I've been writing this whole time, which I don't know how that happened. I'm honestly confused how him asking me for permission to do things and me just saying, yeah, it's okay, you could do that in the world turned into him being like, actually, you need to ask me permission to do anything now. Because I don't really understand how that happened. I'm just chalking up to maybe he just forgot. And when he usually forgets, he usually makes things up and twists things in his understanding of a situation, not maliciously, but, you know, accidentally. So I'm assuming that's pretty much what just happened. He just forgot and now assumes that he's the one completely in charge of things and that I need to ask permission to do anything now. Yeah, pretty much power shift, like accidental. Because it's been happening for a while where things were a certain way and he's forgotten and then twisted them around to like actually being my fault. Like I told you guys about when I told you guys about the situation where we were like making a crossover campaign thing and I gave him a bunch of characters from my first campaign to throw in there to like build up stuff and give world lore, and I said you could do whatever you wanted. And I gave him the sheets, and all I asked, because I was working a job at the time and I was also busy working on my own campaign, and I was like, I'm too busy to make all these sheets right now just so you could have them whenever. Can you tell me, like, at the start of each week, what characters you want for this week's session? And I'll make the sheets for them, because I had to, like, rework all the old character sheets because they were, like, very unbalanced. So I said, it'll take me a while to really rework all their sheets because, you know, I had a job, I was doing commissions, I had my own D&D campaign. So I said, just tell me which 2 characters you need so I can focus that entire week on getting them ready for that session, and I could still get my work done and things will be ready for whatever you have for the story. And he said, yeah, okay. He forgot after a certain point, and like I would bring it up to him a few times, and he just forgot completely to do that. And at the end of the campaign for that campaign that was supposed to be for, I told him that, oh, I thought you were still going to do something with that. You completely forgot. He's like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, my bad. I guess I must have just completely forgot. That's my fault. And he apologized, and that was fine. Like I wasn't mad or anything. He apologized. He said like, yeah, he just completely forgot. And I was like, yeah, I guess that's understandable. I guess I wasn't on you enough about it. I just didn't want to annoy you. But you know, if he forgot, he forgot. That's fine, right? Completely fine and understandable. He just forgot. No reason for me to get mad or anything. Recently though, he came into my not recently, like a few months ago, he came into my DMs after I started writing all the D&D stuff I read to you guys, and after that whole argument I had told you guys about that happened after that, where I was like writing all the world lore for the sigil, the multiverse, the rift, all that stuff I read to you. So like I wrote all of that together, and he brought us into DMs. He's like, oh, you're overwriting my story. I don't know anything about his story. He's never said anything to me because after a certain point, he's actually just stopped telling me things. Usually if there was something big he was doing, he would tell me, but he hasn't been telling me. So as the actual GM, I'm going to keep writing things because I don't have to consult my players consistently on things I'm adding to the world, because they're the players. They're supposed to go with the flow, and you know, they're in the world I'm writing. That's usually how oh, because Fool wants one, so I'm making one for him. This is what he's paying me for this, so I'm making him a forehead emote, and today's the last day of his donathon, so I'm making a Fool version of this. That is the origin behind this. But yeah, pretty much, yeah, I'm the GM. I shouldn't have to, like, you know, ask these things. It's like, you know, yeah, I'm not writing over your story. You didn't tell me anything. I've written everything, like, within context of, like, the ideas and thoughts of everything that I've known. I've been told about everyone's backstories, everyone's worlds, characters, etc. So I wrote everything with the knowledge of that and made everything very vague so that anyone can shove anything they need to put in case I forgot something. And I specifically pinged everybody in the server and I said, can, you know, this person, and him look over this, because I know they have certain things to make sure this is right. And instead of, you know, looking it over and talking to me, he immediately went, you've overwritten my story. You are writing over and removing everything I've done. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do any of that. We all specifically asked you to look at this to make sure everything was right. No one's overriding your story. We're asking you to check this for us. And he just went off the deep end and just jumped and was like, this is the last straw and stuff like that. And we're like, I'm like, what are you talking about? Morning, Mimic. Morning. But yeah, he just went off the deep end and went to the worst possible conclusion, even though I specifically, like, I didn't overwrite anything. I specifically asked him, can you check this to make sure it's right? And I didn't forget things involving your story. And he accused me of erasing everything he was doing. Oh well, I really like that selling image. That was fun to do. That's why I was gonna draw. So funny enough, Katie, I was actually gonna draw another one like that, but with Rouge and Fiona. But I have never really gotten around to it. I wanted to do Rouge and Fiona Fox, but I never got around to doing that because I really like that Amy one. But I mean, even if I draw it, I mean, let's be honest, it's not gonna get a lot of attention because it's girls with boobs, and my audience is they're majority only like pee-pee. Yeah, I like drawing her because like I drew her, like I drew Fiona. I like her. Thank you, Tasty. Thank you. Thank you. Where? I mean, look at her boobs. Like, look at her huge tits. I was gonna draw like lewds of her, but I didn't get around to it. I was gonna draw her and I think Rouge pushing their chest together, and I didn't do that yet. But I drew Sally and Amy with huge tits, and Sonic. That was nice. Not Sonic with tits. Before you get your mind out of the, before you lose your thought. But yeah. He like I said, that guy jumped off the deep end, and I haven't really gotten to get him to actually give me proper information about the world. I literally told him after that, like, can you just give me the information of the world so I can do the changes and add them? And I told him specifically, I don't need history because I'm not writing history books, because I shouldn't be writing like the history of the world in a handout, especially if it's a part of the plot of, you know, the campaign we're playing. I'm gonna draw my Sally. I can just do whatever. My Sally is also just an amalgamation of a bunch of people's fan designs, using, you know, hair, the designs of the reboot, the coat from the old one. Her hair's the old design. Her eyes and face shape is a little bit of the new design as well. But yeah, you could draw my Sally. You could find her original. You can find the full picture on the Newgrounds to see the normal one with her current outfit. And you can tag me if you want. I don't really like stake claim over like some of the designs I made of these OCs. I mean, OCs characters. But yeah, I drew all of this. Yeah, I made like Rotor has some of his old reboot and old pre-reboot and new reboot. Antoine has old and new stuff in his design. Sally has old and new stuff. Bunny is pretty much mainly new. Nicole's also a bit mix of old and new, a little bit. I don't think anyone else here is really mixed in terms of design. Topaz is a mix of how she is in the comics and in the anime. Wendy is somewhat of a mix of how she looked in her original game and how she looked in the reboot to make her more pretty. Nagus is pretty much exactly the same. He just has the tail. Is there anyone else I really mixed their two iterations? No, I think that's it. I don't think anyone else is really mixed here. But yeah, like as I was saying, like yeah, I asked him for the information. Said specifically, I'm not writing a history book. I just need like fundamental physics and stuff like that on how the world works in the grander scheme of things. He gave me a literal list of history, and I said multiple times, I don't need history. I'm not writing history. And he didn't give me anything on how the world works. Because like I was writing the multiverse on a grand scale. So like I wasn't writing about specific individual worlds, like the one single one I gave him control over. Because I said, well, I didn't put anything from your story because everything you've told me was in a pocket dimension separated from everything. So there's no reason for me to mention it in a document explaining the I was like, there's no reason for me to put, you know, so pretty much my reasoning was, if I'm writing about the grand universe, like how the entirety of existence functions in generals, I'm not going to be writing about individual planets and worlds. I'm just going to write how every single planet and world, regardless of what they are and their history, functions in the grand scheme of things. So that was like my reason. I was like, yeah, I'm not writing a whole history thing. That would be so much if I had to write every individual world, because what am I going to do about the handout if we make a whole new campaign? I'm going to have to add to it. I don't want to do that. I want to make one single handout that's short and just explains how it works. So I said that's why I didn't write over anyone's history. I didn't even... And the thing that I found selfish was like, I didn't even write my own world's lore in there. Like, I had like 3 characters, so like 3 big important world things that would have been written in there if I was writing my history, and none of them were in there. And the only thing he noticed was his stuff wasn't there, and he got mad about it. And I'm like, I didn't even put my own things in there. Nothing from my things are even in there. And you're getting on me about this. But yeah, I asked him for the stuff. He sent me stuff. It was all just history. None of it was anything about how the multiverse functions or how his things contribute to the wider cosmos in general. So I was like, oh, okay. So you complained about nothing. You got mad at me about nothing, and you brought up nothing, and you threatened to quit over nothing because you made up stuff and you didn't listen to me, and you got mad at me because you took out your anger on me for seemingly no reason, and you didn't even apologize for it. And the main thing that really irked me was, like, remember back to, like, you know, the campaign thing with the crossover. Yeah, it was pretty much a nothing burger. I got yelled at. Well, not yelled at. I got aggressed at. He didn't yell at me at all. He was angry because he thought I was removing all these things and telling people like this is the last straw. It's like I actually didn't really even do anything at all. I wrote everything in context to contribute to, as a GM should, all of my players' stories, not just him and his world. I did it for all of my players and all their characters, because my players have like, most of my players have like 2 to 3 different characters. So like I had to write and include all of their backstories so that everyone felt important and not just one person's story that they were writing. All right, where's my fua.png? But yeah, the main thing was the crossover thing I told you with the other campaign. Hello, Ed. Hello. Yeah, we're drawing forehead. We're gonna draw Fua's forehead. Hold on. But yeah, the main thing was the crossover thing I told you about, where I was like, oh yeah, I'm busy. Can you ask me for 2 sheets? And he forgot. The thing that I told you we ended on good terms of because he apologized, and I wasn't really mad because I understood he just forgot. During this conversation, he then said, all right, well, here's one thing I want to propose. We need to work together better so that we can, do these crossovers properly. About the crossovers, we need to really think these ahead and plan these accordingly to make sure that we don't keep having mistakes. He told this to me as though I was the one who was messing up, and I was like, I did everything right. I haven't made any mistakes. It's all been you. What are you telling me this for? You're the one who forgot about the whole thing with the kids. You're the one who told me to stop bothering to write further ahead. Recently, like a few months ago, he brought up again during the whole thing, like when I started reading you guys my D&D stories. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when it was. Listen to the story. But yeah, I was like, yeah, you're the one who forgot about the whole thing, incorporating my OCs into the story after I asked you and I gave you specific explanations. You're the one who told me to stop bothering to write for a campaign that was like years away and making sure everything was organized so we didn't mess up things earlier, because you literally said, and you quote, oh, I'm not going to remember anyway, so don't even bother writing it. And you were the one who also rejected the idea of a short campaign based around like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that we both know about, that I suggested we work together as a dual GM so we can practice doing 2 GMs working on the same campaign at the same time, and we could practice our skills. And you're the one who told me, no, play this video game for me and then I'll consider doing it. And I'm like, well, no, we need practice. We need practice? And you're the one who rejected all of my opportunities and offers to work together, to improve, to collaborate more, or just forgot or messed it up. And he went, yeah, I know I did that, but still, you dropped those things into my feed. I'm like, no, I didn't. I asked you. You told me yes. I gave you the things. I asked you and you forgot. And then he turned around to blaming me on the kids thing, the thing he already apologized for. I'm like, no, I didn't do anything. You literally already apologized to me. I literally brought this up to all the players that you forgot. You forgot multiple times, and you already said sorry. Why are you backpedaling and saying, oh, well, it's my fault now? And I was like very insulted that he did all that after insulting me, getting mad at me, being selfish, accusing me, and then just making stuff up because he forgot, and then taking back his apology essentially. I was like, dude, what the hell? I was upset. So it's like, I'm trying to work with all this stuff, and he's just like, oh, I can't be bothered to remember. Oh, I keep forgetting. And then it's like, we got to work better on our teamwork. It's like, dude, you have to work better on getting things organized. I don't have to do anything. Everything I'm doing is fine. You can't be bothered to remember it. It's not me. So like that's my issue with trying to work with this, because he's swapped it around to where I have to ask for him permission to do things somehow. He's changing around apologies and whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. Yes, we're establishing Fua's forehead. But yeah, that is where I'm at right now, trying to fix this whole thing up. Huh? Forehead.
There's a reason why we placed it in the hotel.
Ababa.
Come on.
But yeah, it just seems like as of lately, he's just been really pissy and angry ever since that. And I'm like, he's only pissy and angry over everything he just made up on his own. And he's been getting madder and madder as I've been writing more and more of these handouts that I've been reading to you guys, like all the stories I've been reading to you guys from like my handouts. He's been getting more and more upset about it because he keeps making up issues that don't concern him. Like he's like, oh no, when I wrote like the laws for like the science handout for like the sci-fi campaign that I told you guys I was running, when I was writing when I was writing the laws for the world, like of a military science world, he got upset that I wrote the laws of it. And he was like, oh, this is so complicated, there's so much. This is gonna be too much to be bothered to remember. I'm like, it's a world about, sci-fi and military and laws. The world building and the laws are like a main integral part of it. Like literally all the characters at the start of this campaign got arrested for different reasons. All these laws are the reasons they got arrested. It's a main focal point of our campaign. You just forgot about it or didn't pay attention to anyone who wasn't your character. And then he accused it of being AI generated. And I was like, no, these tie to every single character's backstories. He was like, oh, this is all just ChatGPT, right? I'm like, no, ChatGPT can't remember most of the stuff I write. Even if I was going to use ChatGPT, it can't remember all this. Because we had a ChatGPT bot on our server for like jokes and we messed around with it a lot. And I pretty much knew from the get-go, like after a while, yeah, this thing's not really reliable for long stream forms of like writing things. You would definitely have to like, I'm managing like 5+ campaigns and all their stories together. The AI generated this backstory. Yeah, like I'm managing like 5 campaigns and all the characters, world building and lore. ChatGPT, unless you pay money, which I'm not fucking doing, cannot keep all those things consistent. Yeah, like I've been writing the lore by the seat of my tail and the storytelling, and I've gotten more into it after Fua and Shuri showed me things. But like, yeah, I was like, dude, it can't keep track of all this. I don't know what you think, but there's no way ChatGPT can keep track of 5 whole different worlds and their stories. Yeah, I was very, very insulted. And I was like, dude, just because you don't remember anyone else's character's story but your own doesn't mean it was AI generated. Because I went on, because then I got concerned. I'm like, hold on, did I do something wrong? Because I will admit, I used it to, because like formatting on, like, formatting and like, just formatting general is annoying to try and figure out how to do in Roll20. So I said, can you just format this handout for me in Roll20? And obviously, I have to make sure ChatGPT doesn't delete things I've written. Because like, I know it does. Like, if anything, ChatGPT doesn't add to anything. It deletes what you wrote. If you actually wrote something and you put it in ChatGPT to like even format, it deletes your words. Like, I know that. So you can't actually use ChatGPT to write things. If you do use it, you have to reread through the whole document again to make sure it didn't delete all of your information that you wrote. Because like, I know that very well. It's like, all I did was put it in there to format it so that, it looked proper and it was formatted properly so that it was easy to read, because that's the only thing I'm not really good at, formatting. And I'm better at that now because like I've had to do it so much on my own for this while now. So like formatting on my own right now is easy. But yeah, that's the only thing it did. So pretty much I had to go in and manually add back everything that it removed when I had it reformat my document to have like bullet points and etc. whatnot. Because I'm gonna be honest, I hate working in Roll20. Doing Roll20's formatting is annoying, and I'd rather get an AI to format it for me. But yeah, I wrote everything, and I had to go through and re-add everything that it deleted, because it deleted my stuff. ChatGPT doesn't keep information. It can't hold all that information. If it's struggling just to keep the laws, I don't know why he'd assume that I was using it to generate the lore and information of 5 whole worlds when it couldn't even manage to keep the laws I wrote down. So like, no, I wrote this and I went through it over the night to see if I missed something, like when I was cleaning it up after, the AI fucked some of my shit up. And I read through it like late at night and I was like sleeping and like I was like very tired, like rereading it again. Because like I've written this document like 3 times at this point and I stayed up really late many times doing it. And I was like, did I forget something? Is there something in here that made him say that? Am I crazy? Because I went through, I'm like, no, this ties to her backstory. This goes to his backstory. This is important for this character. This is important for her character. This ties to what they're doing. This ties to a plotline that they really enjoy and that this other player really enjoys and wants to follow. So like I went through the entire list to see like if I added something that didn't matter, or like if I added something by accident by mixing in another campaign, because I'm writing 5 whole campaigns. I wouldn't be surprised if I like in my late stupors I added something from another campaign that wasn't supposed to be there. Because like I noticed one thing later that I added Pokemon stuff by accident, but I didn't like put a whole description of Pokemon. All I did was like write the word Shadow Pokemon by accident when I was writing Abyssal stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that's one mistake I made. But that was it. Everything else was still like, even the thing where I wrote the Shadow Pokemon in, that was still important to the world lore in general. Because it was just about Abyssal stuff and not about Pokemon. Like the Void and everything that I read to you guys. And everything else was tied to a character's backstory, a reason why they were arrested at the start of the campaign, pretty much everything that has happened so far. And I was like, no, these are all important things. Every single one of these is important to a character's story or whatever. He just didn't remember them because he doesn't pay attention to other people's characters that much. It's like, yeah, I was really insulted when he said like it was AI generated, because like I stay up so late working on this to get it ready, and over the time, so like recently I was getting like all my notes information together because it's still eating at me that he did that. So like I was getting all my information together, like, you know, cataloging and putting into like boxes every character from every campaign's like backstory for all of my players and what have you, to make sure that I don't miss any of their plot threads, because I don't want to be forgetful and miss a character's plot thing and their development for like any player, because I want to make sure my players get their characters to have their time to shine, because as a GM, that's what I'm supposed to do. And I was looking through our DMs to like, you know, see if there was any lore and stuff I missed. It's like, I told you, I think I mentioned like a while ago, like, remember the sigil document I told you guys about with the like the sigil and their role in the multiverse, like, you know, the Hall of Concords and stuff like that, like, you know, from actual D&D lore that I retooled to fit within our connected lore that we were making for like this big set of campaigns that I was running. I wrote all that in, and he was upset that there was like, you know, police. He was upset and he didn't like it. He was mad about it. That was one of the things he was like, oh, this is the final straw that broke the camel's back. This is the last straw type of things. And he was mad about it. While looking through our DMs to try and find things, because like I told you guys, my original D&D lore wasn't, it wasn't complicated. I wasn't gonna add like a bunch of shit and whatever to like the multiverse. I was just gonna have like all the worlds exist in like bubbles in like a room, and that's it. That's how complicated my multiverse lore was. But you know, as a GM, I can't just write my own thing. I have to write things in tune with the players and their backstories and what they want. So I had to obviously change my lore, add to it, and make it obviously more complicated, because I'm balancing like 23 characters from 8 players. I have to balance that. It's like, I have, like, yeah, it's gonna, there's no way around it. With how many players I have and how many characters they play, it's gonna be complicated, and that's just something I had to get used to. And I was like, yeah, sure. If I'm going to make sure every player feels important, I'm going to have to build on top of what I have and make sure every player feels as though their character is important. I'm going to have to do that. That's my job. My storytelling comes second to incorporating and making sure that the world is written in a way that every player's story, every player's backstory, every player's character is important, no matter how big or small, is important in some way or function. Because that's how it should be for D&D. Everyone should feel important, unless, you know, they probably are just like completely fine with that and they say so. But yeah, everyone should feel important in some way or another. No one should be left to the wayside to just be like a gag character if they didn't ask for it. No one should be treated that way unless they specifically wanted their character to be treated that way. But yeah, like on that note, I said he got upset about there being multiversal police. I looked through our DMs. He was the one who specifically requested it. He was the one who specifically was the reason I started doing it. He's the one who brought the idea up of having the multiverse be bigger and wider. He was the one who brought up the whole thing of more people should know how to travel the multiverse. It shouldn't be just him. He was the one who brought up the fact that there should be police officers to go around and hunt people down, specifically him. So I made them. And he's mad that they're doing that and they're police officers and they're hunting down specifically him. His own idea that he just forgot. And now he's mad he has to deal with. His specific idea that he told me to do to have me make up forgot. And the other thing with the laws that I told you he was getting mad about, I got upset up too, because he made a wiki for us a long time ago when I was first doing my campaign. And he told me to, like, you know, fill everything out, etc., blah, 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 you know, that type of stuff. He told me to, like, fill the entire wiki out, and I was like, no, I'm too busy. I can't really do this. It's like he made pages for like all the NPCs, all the characters, and was like expecting me to fill it up while I was at the same time doing the campaign. I was like, no, I do not have time for that. I cannot do that. That is too much work. I cannot manage a wiki while also running a D&D campaign and just fill out characters, backstories, personality traits, etc. This is my first campaign. I was like, this is my first campaign. I do not have time to do this. So like, yeah, I didn't do that. And then like, years later, now I'm writing the laws of the world. And now I'm seeing like, he wanted me to do this for so long and now I'm doing that. Now that I'm doing it, he's complaining. It's like, I can't be bothered to manage the whims of your emotion and the constant changing of your desires. I was just like, yeah, give me all this lore to just, no, you're giving me too much. I can't read all this. It's so complicated. It's like, dude, you've been asking for this for years and I'm finally doing it. And now you're saying like, oh, words, I hate having to read. It's so much. You're writing so much. It's complicated. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm writing this so it's simpler for the players to, know what's happening. Because I asked, like I told you guys when I first did this, the only reason I mainly did this was I asked the players and they were confused about what's even happening. So I said, okay, look, I'll write everything concise, because they were mainly confused with his parts of the campaign, because he was giving conflicting information consistently, messing things up, confusing dates. So I was like, all right, I'll write everything down so it's easier for the players and, anyone else who wants to collaborate to follow through so they don't get confused. Because, he was consistently mixing up and messing up things and adding things and confusing the players. It's like, okay, clearly he's getting confused. So I wrote it down for him. And he got mad because he can't just freeball his things and confuse the players consistently now. I'm like, you've been confusing them for a while and they don't remember what's going on. It was just like, I'm getting flacked for doing exactly what you've been asking me for years to do. And I'm getting annoyed now. Because like the more I look into this, the more I try to research and see what's happening, I'm just finding more and more inconsistencies in the stuff he's been writing that I've just pretty much given him reign to do, or he just stopped asking me permission to do. And I'm just like, this is a mess. Hi, Wookie. Yeah, it's just a mess. It's like, I'm not gonna remove all the stuff you wrote. Like, I'm still like gonna be like, I've pretty much gotten used to this point. Like, yeah, he's just gonna write whatever, and do whatever and attach whatever campaigns he wants to this grand scheme, whatever, without asking me for the most time. So it's like, yeah, I'll just do it. I'll just work with it. I've kind of gotten used to the fact he stopped asking me for permission to do things, but just because I'm letting you do whatever you want doesn't mean that you're in charge. It doesn't mean you can get on my case for not acknowledging things you haven't said. I'm still the GM. Yeah, which is why I said, yeah, I'm writing this down because no one knows anything, and I'm finding out that he has nothing written down for the players to see, and he's constantly mixing up things and confusing things for the players. So like, I'm just keeping everything consistent for the players to understand shit. Oh, let me do my squats. It's been so long. Actually, hold on, let me take off my pants. It's so much easier to do squats without wearing pants. One. 2, I have to be careful. 3, because I pulled my ankle. 4, a little bit earlier. 5. 6, I was stretching. 7. And I hurt my leg. 8. 9. 10. 11. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, I know, but even then, it's a lot easier for them to go and look at than just like, it's better than having nothing, Zach, because they've had nothing, and I asked them and they know nothing. I will tell you though, Zach, when I started writing this down, more of my players legit knew way more. They knew way more. So like, it has helped my players, like at least the ones who actually bothered to read and didn't just fucking lie to my face and say they read it. Because I've had a few players just straight up do that. As for one, the other guy who's I'm allowing to work on my campaign, work his story into my campaign doing that. More please? Okay. Yeah, the other guy I've been allowing to work on my campaign, you know. I've oh wait, where's my thing lagging? Hold on. Yeah, he's not really been reading it clearly, despite what he's been saying to me. Another player just hasn't read it at all, despite constantly saying like, yeah, I read these things, but I know he hasn't. And the one player who's been begging me for lore for the longest, another one, not him, another player who's not the one working with me, she hasn't read any of it, even though she's been asking for it for this whole time. But like the other ones who actually do read my things, because like I can tell who actually read it and who didn't read it, because if you read it, you would have known. Yeah, but to my players, the ones who have been reading 3, have been a lot better. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But yeah, they've been a lot better with it. Like actually, like they've been going like, oh, if this is my character will be doing this then. Like, you know, they've been referencing the lore documents, like the Void, the nature of the multiverse, all those things I read to you guys. They've been referencing it and like, you know, the ones who've read it, and they're like, oh, yeah, totally. I'm like, yeah, like they know the lore, how the world works. They're very consistent on it, and they're like acknowledging it and stuff. It's like, yeah, it has helped those players who've actually been bothering to read. Because it's very obvious when they're lying to me at this point, and I don't know why they bother. Especially that one player who I told you guys lies a fuck ton in metagames, a crap ton. I don't know why he lies so much and thinks I don't notice. Because he's like, yeah, no, I've read it. And I'm like, oh, yeah? Why are you so quiet then when we're all talking about this lore evolving the Void without directly mentioning it if you know about it and you read it? Because you didn't actually read it and you're lying. Like, there's nothing wrong with just saying you didn't read it. Whenever, like, back then, whenever anyone asked me if I read their stuff, I just said, no, I didn't read it. I didn't pretend. I didn't lie to them. I was like, no, I didn't read it. I just didn't read it. I didn't get time. I didn't feel like reading it yet. I didn't read it. I don't lie to them. I don't drag them on. I just said, no, I haven't read it. That's the thing. They're so worried about just saying, no, I haven't fucking read it. Like, just say it. You're a grown-ass man. Say you just say you didn't read the shit. Don't lie to me. Say you didn't read it. Like, what am I gonna do? Yell at you? No, I'm just gonna say, oh, when you get a chance to read it. That's all I'm gonna say to you. I'm not gonna yell at you. Oh god. Very good. Thank you for following. Thank you. Hello. Yeah, actually, let me show you, because I decided to move all the things in my Discord, because you could make tags in Discord, as you guys know. I wanna show you guys. Let me make sure that my Discord is not exposing stinky poo-poo shitties. Let me hide the member list. I don't think, let me make sure, hold on. I don't think I have anything bad here. Yeah, this should be fine. This should be fine. Yeah, this is totally fine. Okay, where's my window? Yeah, see, I put everything in the Discord now for my players, so that's easy for them to read. Like, everything's organized. They're all tagged with specific worlds, and if they're world lore, research notes, side stories, and each campaign is tagged around what, like, you know, what has you. Like, everything's in there, so it's easy for them to check and read now. Like, even easier. Of course. I know the ones who still haven't read it still have not read it at all yet, despite how convenient I've made it for them. But I made it easy for the players and easy for me to keep things, you know, localized in case anyone does want to ever get off their ass and actually read it. Because I mean, hey man, the fact that it's on here instead of on Roll20 means you can literally just right click and say, hey, TTS, read this out to me. You can literally just audiobook it now. You're scary. You might scare them. Your hair is thinning. You might eat them whole. Nuh-uh. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, like pretty much this is peak laziness. You can have it happen now. You can have it. Oh, I know. Hello. I do need to stretch though. Hold on. I drink my water. But yeah, it's pretty much piss easy. I pretty much made it piss easy for them to read. Like literally just right click each message, read aloud, and it'll read the whole thing to you. Oh, you did? Poor Nado. Here's thigh slaps for you to make you feel better. Yeah, I'm well. I'm probably gonna order beef patties today because my sister's coming and I want to let her have some. But yeah, I've just been taking notes out of like Shuri's book and shit. Like, you know, making Google Docs to make things concise, organizing things better. Because I've seen how Shuri's been organizing things for his D&D campaign. And I'm like, yeah, it's all really good. No life, no style. Thank you for following. Pals, mainly just my pals, which I guess is probably the main reason you ask, because I'm like, dang, if I'm complaining this much, they can't obviously be my friends, could they? For some reason, it brings out the worst in them. Alright, they just start treating, it's not even just me I get treated poorly, they treat the other players poorly too, and they're all friends. So it's like, I don't know what the damages of this group is. I know they all have like issues, but I did not expect them to really get like this over D&D. I expected them to be better people. No, I don't need glasses. I don't have them. No, why? I surprisingly don't need glasses. My dad and my mom wear glasses, and my sister occasionally, but not me. Yeah, really. I don't need glasses at all. But yeah, they're despite my consistent complaining and the way they treat me, those people are my friends. They're just very, very horrible for some reason when we're playing D&D, and I don't understand why this happened. Because it's not like I even get mad. Like, look, I can admit that I do get angry and mad a lot of times for like things, but when it came to D&D, I can't think of any moment where I wasn't being incredibly considerate towards people. I've been very, very considerate because I made D&D from a place when I got dumped for the first time. That was the first time. Like, the first time I started D&D was when I got dumped. So I wasn't in an aggressive mood. I was in a sad mood and a mood to appease people. It's like I wasn't even being mean back then either. I wasn't mean midway through the campaign because I kept doing accommodations for them and they kept getting mad at me and yelling at me. I wasn't mad when I started making the new one. I made it anyways, despite me saying I wanted to quit. I didn't quit at all when they kept treating me poorly and everyone kept telling me to quit and stop doing stuff for them. And I can actually instead continue to make accommodations for them and didn't make anything to spite them. I made side fun campaigns and allowed them to do whatever they want. It's like I haven't been really mean or like cruel at all in any of my D&D campaigns to any players or like anything. So I was like, I don't really know where this is coming from, why they treat me like this. Like, I'm just confused because I can be mean. I can be an asshole. I can be petty and scummy as shit, but I haven't done that at all during D&D. I've been incredibly forgiving, understanding, and accommodating quite a bit. Yeah, I just needed something to distract my mind, and it was also when COVID started. It's like it's been like this for like 6 years now, because I started D&D when COVID began. It's like 6 years they've been actually treating me like this. Because like this isn't something recent, by the way, chat. They've been like various players, because it's still the same group 6 years later. Like various players in this group has been treating me like this for 6 whole years. And I still continue to, like, you know, be nice. I still accommodate them. I've never stonewalled anybody at all in D&D. Yet I'm being treated like I do. Yeah. But like, yeah, I don't understand this whole thing where I'm being treated as a villain who's inconsiderate to people's characters when I've constantly and consistently accommodated for majority of my players. Like, I've given my players whole countries, whole galaxies, whole planets, whole worlds to just write and add things to my story as much as they want, with saying that at the very least just ask me. And even when they don't ask me, I still let them do it, and I try to work it into the story. I don't really ever try to retcon something a player puts in unless it's completely obviously insane that it's unmanageable. Like, I'm incredibly accommodating. I can't think of, because like I'm decently self-aware. Yeah, maybe, but like I'm self-aware, I would think, to a certain extent. Like, I'm aware when I've been a dick. Like, truthfully, I'm aware when I've been a dick to somebody, and I'm aware like when it's wrong for me to do something. Like, I can tell when I'm doing something right and when I'm doing something wrong. But like, for D&D over the past 6 years, I really can't think, as my time as at least being a GM, where I really did anything wrong. I've pretty much given these guys free reign to do pretty much anything, and I still let them do it even if they break the rules I've given them. Like, I still let them do whatever they want, even if they break my rules, even if they don't play by the rules, etc. blah blah. Even if they treat me badly, I still do everything for them. But yet somehow, some reason, I still have players like him and others saying I'm like saying salty asshole. And I just really can't understand what I'm doing wrong. Which is why, like, I show you guys and other people my D&D stuff, and they're like, no, you're not doing anything wrong, because I'm actually like probably getting really gaslit because I think I'm fucking crazy. Like, it actually, like, they actually make me think I'm insane. Because, like, if they've constantly told me I'm wrong and I'm doing bad things for, like, 6 years at this point, I'm gonna obviously think I'm in the wrong somehow. Because, like, it's that whole thing of, like, it doesn't matter how right you are. If everyone tells you you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm gaslamping. I don't even get the joke with that one. But yeah, it's like, yeah, even if I'm right, it doesn't really matter in the end. Because, like, if everyone tells me I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It doesn't really matter how right I am if everyone else says I'm wrong in the group. Oh no, I'm drawing Fua. Yeah, pretty much exactly that, Katie. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, if, it doesn't matter how right you are. If everyone around you says you're wrong, then you're wrong. Doesn't matter if you are actually right. If everyone agrees with and everyone agrees and believes the wrong opinion. Yeah, because this is the emoji his chat voted for, that he got his chat to agree to. So I'm drawing it for him. Forehead emote. I'm drawing it for him at a discount because I'm pretty much just tracing this and just adding his details, so I didn't feel good charging him full price for it. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's bullshit. Yeah, I'm still technically right, but in the actuality of things, I'm wrong because doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because, like, if like you could be right, but if everyone tells you you're wrong, everyone agrees you're wrong, even if they're wrong and you're right, you're wrong. It's the unfortunate thing of it, really. And my players are, a good chunk of them are very much the participation trophy type of people. A femboy, you might get a banger. You might get a banger like the Femboy Rouge. Yo, is that Neko? Hi Neko, hi Neko. Yeah, I'm drawing Fua. He wanted a forehead emote, so I'm making a Fua version of this emote. And I charged him like half price because I was like, well, if I'm just tracing this, I don't need to charge full price. I will have to open up a Fua image on my thing here. I'm gonna have to find a safe work Fua to color steal so I don't put porn on my thing. I can't believe Catboy Angie summons the Necromantic. Hehehe. Neko, I tried to make chicken quesadillas yesterday. It was horrible. Hi, Vox. Hi, Vox. It was horrible. It tasted... I burned it. I watered down the chicken by accident. Horrible. I'll have to do better next time. I burned the tortillas. Oh, well. I ended up throwing it all away. I was so disappointed in myself. Do you know Warframe? My friend does. He tells me a bit about the lore sometimes, but I haven't really absorbed the information too much. Yay, food, yay! The smallest black hole size of small towns. Coined the term ultra-massive black hole. That's cool. Who has a demon? My brain shut off after reading black holes. So who has a demon? What are we talking about? A Warframe. I see. Oh, I know. You said Warframe. No, I don't know shit about Warframe. My friend knows about Warhammer. Yeah, I don't really know shit about Warframe. I would love to be a stay-at-home houseboy wife. Space Ninja. Can't believe all your friends abandoned you. Yeah, Space Ninjas. But I could finish this Fua thing pretty quick. I'll probably draw this and just maybe end it. I don't know. I'll have to think. Because if I do finish this, the only other thing I'm going to do is like color one of my players' portraits for his D&D character. But also that would take a lot of work. And I'm kind of very lazy, as you can tell. Story is crazy. Well, I don't know anything about Warhammer, so... I'm not Warhammer. I don't know anything about Warframe, so... The story will have no weight on me. It would be too complicated to explain in a Twitch chat to where it would matter to me. It would be like me trying to explain Xenoblade to a Twitch streamer in a Twitch chat. Oh shit! I just realized I never filled out I will not give it a try. I know it's an MMO game and I do not have time to do that, Box. I have responsibilities. Too many to be playing an MMO. I have one MMO in my life and it's MapleStory. And it already takes up so much of my time whenever I start playing it. I am not playing another MMO. I have responsibilities and a life. Yeah, I try to do my best too, Neko. A lot of drama could be avoided by common courtesies. Yeah, Xenoblade's the British one. I mean, yeah, they're all British voice actors. That's what it's known for. But yeah, Neko. I was just talking about my D&D group and shit. That's what that was about. Because all my D&D players pretty much try to treat me like I'm doing things wrong, even though I'm not really doing anything wrong. But, you know, if everyone says I'm wrong, even if I'm right, it doesn't really matter now. Because if everyone says I'm wrong despite being right, I'm technically still wrong. I'm used to the way they do it. I've been DMing for 6 years. I've been DMing for that exact same very toxic group for 6 years. So I'm used to it. I've just kind of like been coping and just saying like, yeah, they'll get over themselves eventually, even though eventually never fucking comes. But it's whatever. I pretty much don't really care at this point. I'll just do what I want. I'll try to accommodate the players continuously as I should. I'm not gonna play like a spiteful GM, and I'll still just do what I think is good for them, even if they still yell at me. Yeah, I do want to play D&D 2 with friends. Because I know Full want to do that. And Shrey is making something for that. And I'm totally down to do that. I would love to do that with V2 with friends. I would like to play D&D without that. I would like to play a D&D game that does not have this group in it. So I can fully get rid of the gaslighting that has been conditioned into me. Because they have gaslit me so hard. Yeah, I'm ready to play some on Friday. Actually, hold on, sure. Alright, let me say before I get crazy. Yeah, of course I can play on Friday. It's the 19th. I could play on Friday. Hey, the lead just said it, yeah. Yeah, Neko, let me show you like my my thingy here. Yeah, I would love to relax my nerves with another D&D group. Yeah, Neko, here's the amount of effort I put in for my players, just so you know how much effort I put in for them, like this kind of stuff. These are all world lores, because we have, so Neko, for context, we have like a multiverse campaign that we kind of just branched off for fun at the start with just one world, and we just start like meshing all the worlds together, just for fun. So like this is like encompassing everything. So like we have every individual world for every individual campaign down here. We have generic stuff for like the world lore. It's all tagged. It's like we have all the world lore for like every single world, or just general things that affects all worlds in general. We have small side stories, like individual side stories that happen in the world that have a little bit of lore. We have like research notes that are just information and stuff, mainly of like the world, along with stuff like they're multi-tagged, and everything is tagged per world, specifically for what is involved in each world specifically here, and like what concerns every world on its own. Every part of it is individually tagged for like how much importance it is. I wrote all that out for my players now, so they had a very consistent thing to look at, and they can just do whatever they want. Like once I wanna, yeah, it is so much. It is so much. So much. We have a 9-man group. That's crazy. Why is my model lagging? There you go. But yeah, it's all the notes there. I know. Why did it open again? I didn't click that button. But yeah, I wrote it all, and everything matters only matters to the players who really need that stuff. Or if you really need to remember, you can just go and check it. It was a lot of effort, yeah, and majority of them don't even read it or really don't even bother at this point. But yeah, like they've been like, one of my players was getting on my ass about it because I pretty much give my players permission to be pretty much free to do whatever they want, Neko. So like, yeah, you can make any whatever gods you want. You can make yourself a dimensional traveler if you want, etc. Blah blah. And after a while, I was like, okay, it's getting out of hand. Let me just write these lore documents down and make things simple. And then one of the players just came to me and was like, oh, you're writing over my story. And it's like, you didn't tell me anything. I wrote everything with what was written down and what was handed out publicly for everyone to know so that I can make things consistent. Yeah, I'm just allowing you the grace of writing big parts of my campaign in the same way that I gave like another player the grace of like writing a planet or writing a country. Yeah, true.
If you guys are trying, slap that prime on the table like a big
You're
fucking
right,
cock.
Joey.
Show everybody that you have a big fucking dick today and slap that prime on the fucking table right now.
Because like I said, it has been 6 years and they haven't gotten better. So yeah, I guess the more I do tolerate it, the worse they do get. I guess you're technically right. I just don't like to admit it. But yeah, you're technically right. What the hell, what? We're literally talking about things. But yeah, you're right. It's just, at this point, it feels like, I don't know, like if it feels as though I put my foot down, they'll just crash out and just get, like, certain players will just crash out, get mad, and just rather just go scorched earth and burn everything rather than, you know, fixing themselves. Because that's the kind of people I worry that they are. Because, I mean, I've already had, like, one player do that, and it seemed to be the most rational out of all of them. So it's like, yeah, I don't feel like I want to confront players when what seemed to be one of my most rational ones crashed out and just left all the campaign and took all of her characters. So it's like, yeah, I don't really feel good idea. Like they kind of just put me in a box. Do this. Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot the butter on his head. It's a very sensitive thing that I still don't really know how to deal with chat members. But yeah, I understand. Like, yeah, the more I allow them to just do etc. blah blah. Yo, hi Asuna. Am I a feminine boy? I don't know. What do you think? Look at me, man. What do you think? You look at what I'm wearing. What do you think? But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to do, chat. They're the way they are. Doesn't help that most of the players in my group are definitely partition trophy apologizers who would encourage people's bad traits and say you shouldn't yell at them rather than saying they should improve themselves and that they deserve to be criticized to become better as a person, but rather just, yeah, they don't deserve, but prefer that you just never ever say anything upsetting to anyone ever in their life, which is such a horrible mindset. Some people need to grow and change. Also, thank you for following, Chris. Thank you for subscribing, Chris. I am, yes, I am. Wow. And I draw the syrup, the mustard, butter drop on his head. Can't put mustard on pancakes. No. Let's see here. I think I should make Fua's mouth open. Is that the Cryopause? Hi Cryo. We're drawing Fua's emoji. He wanted a forehead emote, so I'm making this one for him at half price because I'm just tracing my own and doing some edits. That's probably what I'll just do if anyone ever wants an emote. I probably charge lesser. That's me, hit streamer, Sonny Stink, and D&D writer for my own campaigns. Never anyone else's. I will take an account to what you said, Joey. And I understand if I tolerate, they'll just keep being bad, but is there really a point in criticizing them if they can't remember? If they forget every time you criticize them and tell them to stop doing things? You love femboys are your pookie wookie dookies, zesty bestie westies, you feel me? What a string of words! Yeah. No, I mean, no, this specific, so Katie, let me explain to you. People have different tiers of commission depending on how much body is already in it. This is that tier where it's only emojis. I'm charging less because I'm just tracing one instead of making one from scratch. My commissions are not all one single price. Most people don't do that. They usually split those to torso, full body, or half body, or just headshots. Those are all different price tiers for most artists. This is a separate price tier, and I'm charging half of it for Fua because he's my friend, and also because I'm not making it from scratch.
There's a reason why we placed it in the hotel. Come on. Up above. Come on.
Up above. Yeah, big forehead. The silliest 5 head. Now you're gonna see Fua spam this at you guys. If Fua ever gets a chibi model, or if I ever get a chibi model, I would rig it and I would base it after this. My chibi model would look just like this. Boss baby. Oh, I hit the delete button instead of the laugh button. Ah! It's fine though. Why would it expand? This is the Fua Bleh emote. Bum, 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 bum. Scratch his head? I forgot what clothes Fua wears. Oh, wait, I know. Where's my thing not working? Stylus? My stylus disconnect? I have to click on something else. While my stylus reconnects, because I don't know why it disconnected. Yeah, but I should draw him like with something. Man, let me give him his. He has like a white turtleneck. I'm pretty sure. Oh, why is my thing disconnecting again? Tablet, why are you disconnecting? You were fine for like the longest. Thank you for following, Lightstep. Why is my thing being stupid? Come on, reconnect, you stupid pen. There. Oh my god, it disconnected again! Wow. It's going fine for the longest. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm not even doing anything. No, my pen doesn't use battery. My pen is just connected by a wire. At least my tab is connected by a wire. My pen is wireless and uses no battery. Because my tablet is disconnecting. At least partially. Not to where like the tablet screen disappears, but just to where the pen doesn't work. And there it goes again. What are you doing? Because I didn't move my tablet. It's on my desk. Alright, let me grab the full image from like his Twitter. I'm replying to comments as well on my post. Ugh. Oh wait, hold on. I totally forgot. I have to put on my lotion. Time to lotion up my leg. Because I can't have my legs be dry. Well, you see, I'm trying to lotion my legs and my chest. There. Well, I say there by having rubbed it in. Let me pull up Fuwa's Twitter. Where is the Fuwafa Twitter? I'm pretty sure he has a safe work image of his OC. What is Fua's at? Don't tell me he's banned. Guys, I don't know if Fua's at. Chat members, can you help me? What is Fua's Twitter account? Ah, my jaw. Ah. You'll help? Then tell me the name. What? No, I didn't hear you. Use your words. I know how to spell his thing. Thank you, Joey. And fuck you, Wyatt. I just need his Twitter. He doesn't. I don't need his art account. I need the account that has his OC on it. Because I'm drawing his OC. Okay, there it is. What do you mean, rude? You're the one who gave me the wrong account. Okay, let me see. Okay, there we go. I'm not. Who has to pay me? I need money, chat. This is a paid commission, chat. I ask you to calm yourselves and think of the situation we're in. We're in a situation where I need to do my work. Now hold on. I must put oil on. I'm not doing that. I already did that with Ace, and that was probably a risky idea to do. Which I'm surprised we didn't get in trouble for. Oh, that's bad. The artist never applied to you? That's concerning. Hold on, chat. I'm not moving my pen because I'm doing skincare. I'm putting oil on my legs now. And on my face. It's skincare time. It's time of day where Sandy oils up, chat. Ah, ah. Is there? But do they have a Twitter account? Is their Twitter account still active? Why is my mama keep getting like? Fuck! Bottles. Yeah. Ah. Ah. Also, yeah, I bought a bunch of ramen. I had the hot pot ramen last night. It was delicious. They're still active. They're better. You should lean on them harder. Hello, Living Black. Yeah, lean on them harder. If it's been a month and they haven't given you any updates or told you anything that was more expensive, you should lean on them harder. Where's my style? Where's my mouse? There it is. The issue of having two screens is figuring out where your mouse is and trying to find it. Nice. You're a freak. Wait, my dad calling me? Oh my god. Hold on. I'm busy and I just found lotion. I don't want to rub it all off. Because then it's gonna fucking... Ah, it's not gonna work properly. Hello? Like half an hour? Oh, okay. No problem. So chat, I might actually have to end stream even earlier. This might be a short stream because I was not told I was going to the airport to pick up my sister. I didn't go last time. But yeah, I guess I'll have to get dressed. Let me just flat color this. We've been streaming for like an hour and a half. So I guess we'll flat color this and then we'll end stream. I was not told I had to go. Literally the day I was going to stream for you guys too. I mean, we had a good stream, right? We streamed decently long. I mean, yeah, I have to go pick up my sister. I can't leave my dad do it alone. I'm gonna have to read. I am going, Katie. I at least said I'm going. We're ending stream. I have to pick up my sister. I can't leave my dad alone to go and do it. This isn't an if or or. I will do it. That's my sister. You're welcome. Wait a minute. This color doesn't look right. There you go. There you go. He was really yellow for some reason. This man, after I immediately say, well, guys, we're ending stream early. I gotta go get my sister. Go get your sister. Yeah. Of course. Of course I'm going. Please said we're ending stream. Oh. Oh, you short of hearing men. And you just flat color this super duper fast. It's always a tease. It's always Schrodinger's joke. I hate Schrodinger's jokes. Yeah, I can definitely finish this tonight. It's a shame that I can't show you guys my process of me doing it live, but what are you gonna do, chat? What are you going to do? True, true. So I'm gonna take a screenshot when I finish his eyes to show Fua, because I'm gonna have to get dressed immediately and I can't show him. Because I think he's still alive, because it's the last day of his donathon. One of you chat members, whoever leaves, go to Fua. Well, I'll send you to Fua. But I can't reply to him. So I'm gonna have to rely on one of you chat members to be like, I have to go. Or at least, no, I'll type it. I'll end up typing it myself. If I have to go, I gotta get dressed is what I'll yell at him as I run out. I have to really, really hurry this because I know my dad said I have like half an hour, but half an hour can fly by while you're drawing. I mean, yeah, putting my pants back on is easy, chat. I have a shirt on! No, it doesn't. I'm just sliding into my sweats. I'm not dressing up fancy to go to the airport. Airports don't deserve clothes in general, chat. Trust me. There he is, my little caper. No, I've never seen a closed airplane. I don't think you know what you're talking about, Joey. I think you're crazy. Alright, there's our forehead for chat members. He's got the soul and whimsy of that cat. But let me end stream now so I can get dressed. It was only an hour and a half stream, but that's like normal. That's what stream should be. That's what stream should be. Well, not art streams, so you definitely should be longer, but hey! Let me raid Fua. Thank you for following, Nikki. We're raiding Fua now. We're ending stream because I have to get dressed to go pick up my sister at the airport. Because I did not know that I was supposed to do that. Because nobody told me. But it means I have the rest of the day just to relax then. Because I don't usually restart up streams whenever I end them. Either way. I'll probably start reading to you guys some of the short stories I wrote for my D&D campaign again, because I know you guys like those. I'll read to you more lore. No problem, guys. No problem. Thank you all for coming. For the short time we did and showing up. Let me, where's Fua? There he is. We're sending you to Fua on his last day of his donathon. I don't know what he's playing right now, but he's got like 5 hours left. You guys got 5 hours. Goodbye, chat. Goodbye. 3 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. Remember to follow my Discord. Remember to buy my merch. Let me do that. Remember to Discord. Remember merch. Remember to follow my Twitter. And I will see you probably sometime later this. Yeah, you'll see me on Friday. I won't stream tomorrow because, you know, I'm doing Sit with Neko on Friday. So you guys will see me on Friday. Goodbye, chat. Goodbye. Bye.